In sport, you lose not because you're too slow, but because you process and resolve game situations too late. Today, I'm gonna help you to develop your cognitive abilities, the speed of the reaction on the process, the processing of the game situation, and the ability to move accordingly. But before we're gonna jump to the main practice, I would like to ask you why the cognitive training is so important. You hear about it everywhere, in social media, on the YouTube, in Instagram, but what's the most important thing about cognitive training? If we split the whole process of the sport, we can see that the sport is the process, perception to the action way of movement. So you need to process the situation, what's going to happen, what's happening right now, what is happening right now, what's going to happen. You need to analyze what to do next. You need to make a decision. So before you move, you need to do a lot of things, these exact 3 steps. So you're analyzing, you're choosing what to do next, you're making a decision. You're choosing from this huge variation of decisions. Go this way, go that way, go backwardly, defend or offense, and so on. And after that, you need to make an action. And regarding and keeping in these whole things in mind, we need to split our training accordingly. So this is about the cognitive abilities and about the ability to develop each and every single aspect separately and incorporate it in the game situations. And that's why you need these cognitive abilities. So it's not only about sprinting, about lifting weights. That's really, really important stuff. But on the other hand, you need to be able to use it accordingly to the game situations, to the speed, to the experience of your opponents, your athletes, your teammates, your own experience, your own abilities, the status of your team, how you recovered, how you feel yourself. These whole things, they're mixing together, and that's how you process that, and that's how you make decisions. And today I'm going to show you a few exercises you can incorporate in your training routine, so you elevate the speed of the processing. You will analyze faster. You learn how to recognize the same patterns, so you could recognize this pattern and you can move accordingly without without wasting the time on the processing, because you know this pattern. That's how the hockey goalies works, by the way, because they're reading the offensive players, the forwards, how they strike, how they snapshot, how they wrist shot, from which positions exactly, and they move accordingly. That's why they're so focused on the game, because they need to recognize, they need to learn the pattern to place themselves accordingly to cover the most of the goalie and to be able to protect the net. For the practice, you don't need super expensive equipment. All you need is a few cones, different color cones. I have the resistance band, and you need these kinesio balls, like rubber balls we can throw, we can catch. In some drills, you can work with the partner or with the coach if you have one. If you don't have it, you can use sort of apps like Switched On, which is showing the colors or the numbers. But anyway, it's not about somebody else helping you with this. The first thing and the first step, you can work by yourself. And the first drill you can do is just 4 different colors line. You can place it on about a couple yards in between any cone. I'm not gonna spread it too far, but the goal here is to be able to react on the different colors. And it's a basic exercise, and today I'm going to show you super basic exercises. But before you jump to the super advanced, where you can recognize the patterns, for example, somebody told you the number, for example, or trying to ask you, hey, how about 7 minus 4, 3 multiply 2? Before that, you need to learn, and you need to try to listen which color I'm going to say and which color is named, so you can move accordingly and you can read that clearly. For example, you start with this simple drill, black, and you move side to side, yellow, side to side, gray, orange. So this is how you need to learn how to react on the signal. And you need to be focused, do not anticipate before you're clearly in the position, and change the direction on the color without any anticipation, but only on clear signal. And this is where you, for example, you can use the switch tone app, so it's showing you the colors, or you can work with your partner or ask your parent to help you with that, or your friend or your peer. But here you need to be able to focus on the color without any anticipation. The second drill you can do, you get this rubber ball, and here you can start only working with yourself. You just throw the ball behind you, listen the signal attentively, and only after you heard the first bounce, you turn yourself, you're trying to find the ball with your eyes, and you're trying to catch it. And this is how you need to be focused on the signal, on the sound of the ball bouncing, and how you need, and this is where you need to turn appropriately from one side or the other side and coordinate your body according to this cognitive task. And it's super, super simple, these two drills. But to make it a little bit harder for you, you can add any different task on any different color. For example, if you move to the yellow, you just do this slow chops. If you move to black one, you need to tap your knees. You move to orange, you need to drop jump on one leg and then go back. So this is how you need to process, this is how you need to memorize the pattern, the exact task on each and every single color. And this is where you need to keep in mind the task I need to do. But you need to connect it and connect it with your movement. So you need to hear the signal, you need to process the signal, you need to understand where to run, and you need to memorize what to do on the exact point. And this is where your head connects with your body. Same with the ball. Before it bounces, you can resolve some simple task, the math, or you need to tap some part of your body which your opponent, your friend, or your coach names. The next one is the jumping on a single leg to the numbers. You can just imagine there is a clock face just in 10 inches in front of you. So it's just imagine it's like this distance. So you need to jump on the exact number. So I name 12, 4, 9. So you need to memorize where this hours is on the clock face, and you need to jump accordingly. You need to coordinate your whole body to jump in this side and then go back. And this is the simplest thing you can do. So you can try only with the 12, 3, 6, and 9. Only these 4 numbers, these 4 hours. But after that, you can jump and you can add to the more advantages version of this exercise. You can add more numbers, and then after that you can ask your partner to jump on the exact number, and you can ask him to turn around, to move, to perform any other task. So for example, you can jump to the side and go back to the center. Okay, so you need to add some special movement for this exact task. So do not add any numbers, for example, but add some special movement. For example, here's the 3, and you just jump and you turn to one side. You jump on 9, turn this side. You jump forward or backward, there's no special side, for example. Or you can switch your legs, 12, and then go back to the right leg. So it's not about the complexity of the movement. It's about different patterns and different kind of movements you need to memorize and show them, perform them accordingly to the signal. So this is how we transfer it to the game situations, which I've been speaking before that, because this is where we connect the recognition of the game situation, game patterns, with our memory and how we process it. Oh, I know this pattern, I know what to do, what is more effective in this exact situation. And one of the last drills you can do, besides these 4 color drills, besides the balls and this clock phase, this is like an open drill, and here you need the partner to throw you the balls. You can grab 2 balls and you can ask your partner, hold it on the shoulder height, and you stand in a couple yards in front of him, and he just releases one of the balls, and you need to sprint and react and catch the ball only after 1 bounce. And this is where you can start easily with a few yards and then process a little bit farther, start from different positions, and this is super simple thing. But after that you can use the reaction balls. So besides the fact that you need to recognize which ball is going to fall, you need to be able to change the direction. And here you're working mostly on your body abilities to change the direction. And after that, you can ask your partner, hey, tell me some math. For example, let me solve some simple tasks, some simple math. So 11 minus 7, 3 plus 4, 75 minus 68. And he's asking you about it, and you need to say the answer aloud, and at the same time you need to be focused on the ball, because at any moment he releases the ball or she releases the ball, and you need to be able to turn yourself from one task to the other one, so swap from one task to the other task. And this is how the cognitive training looks like, how you develop your cognitive abilities. Hey, I show you the simple drills, the simple patterns and simple progressions you can use at the beginning of the week when your nervous system is fresh, when you are fresh, because the process of developing cognitive abilities is super susceptible to fatigue. So your nervous system is susceptible to fatigue, and if you feel, even during the practice, you're starting to do a lot of errors, you just stop because you're not working on your cognitive abilities, on the focus, on the attention, on the reaction. You're just working on your stamina, and it's not the goal of the practice. So start at the beginning of the week, start with the simple progressions I just showed you, and add any extra advantages tasks and this one. And if you want me to show more drills for your exact sport, just let me know in the comments. If you want to see more drills for the development of physical abilities or movement skills, just let me know in the comments, as I said. And train your body accordingly. Train not only your muscles, not only speed or power, but train your brain as well, and you will be as fast, and you will see like the game became slower for you, so you can process it faster.